going on there. We're going to talk about that in a little while. But while I do believe that there's an SOS going out for America, there's there's a very, very corrupt government system, and that's why we need to send out that SOS. And we see it all over, right? Whether it's the weaponization of the legal system against a political opponent, we've seen the Democrats rig the system against Donald Trump in so many different ways. Right? We saw them do it with the Steele dossier, the Russia hoax. We've seen them do it with two phony indictments, one of them who wasn't even president anymore. We've seen the hard way to go that they gave him in the 2020 election. Not hearing cases when he had legal complaints wouldn't be heard. We've seen the abuse of every last mail-in ballot for a week at a time and even beyond election day. And we see it now, still, as they come after Trump.
That's what persona, and I never really intended on it being kind of so one day I was just thinking of all of this traveling that I was doing. I wasn't exactly getting what I needed, which was to be able to write my own music and produce my own music. And I thought, you know what? I just kind of connected the dots when night. It was late on my couch. I think my power was out. I had some lit candles, and it was 2 in the morning. And I thought to myself, I can just.
And she did kind of a new age. Again, she caught herself in a trap. Because obviously, yes, by the time the next president is sworn in, it will have been equal time between Democrat leadership and Republican.
So, I mean, if you count the last couple of years, Obama, if you're saying the last decade, then it has been more Democrat than Republican. Certainly more Democrat than Trump. So what era are you talking about?
Oh dear, it's doing the orientation lock thing again.
That's
Lovely.
the confusing thing. It is this trick that they're trying. Well, they know people.
Okay, there we go.
But she's pretty much the same because she's been a part of the administration. Yeah. And then on CNN, they're trying to say, well, she's not part of all those decisions. And Scott Jennings is on there going, well, hold on a second. She says I'm the last one in the room. Yeah, but that doesn't really mean she's the decision maker.
Well, which is it? But yeah, they've been telling us it's the Biden-Harris administration. Right. They've been saying, no, they work together very closely, and no decision is made without Kamala Harris having input into it, which nobody with two brain cells to rub together have ever really believed.
Coca-Cola's Powerade sports drink brand is making a big push into college sports, signing about 3
beautiful human beings that are going to continue to.
My pride
video of AmeriCorps marking its 30th anniversary. Hey, Michael, thanks for the flashback for these past 3 decades. Thank you for giving. Still to come this hour, with kids going back to school, what about smartphones in the classroom? Also, a man who worked in sports from coast to coast, and boy, women's sports have really been. It's all coming up from the newsroom. I'm Rory O'Neill, just filling in for the.
Really good with Grant.
Hey, Smiley.
So you can say that when you get caught in a lie now? Interesting. As long as you add that you were also great.
I am in the tent.
It's just an appalling atmosphere, and it's one that really, Trump, to his great credit, promised to drain the swamp, but
This is a 880 KRVN in Lexington, Nebraska.
how quickly things happen. Some of the people who were supposed to be draining the swamp turned out to be part of the swamp, and so the next Trump administration.
I am camping out in the backyard.
Thanks to QC Kinetics. Life is good. You're not gonna slow me down.
Rotate this 1990s bulk.
Nail in the head, where you said some of the people that were there to drain the swamp ended up being part of the swamp, and in order for this to work a second time around.
To confirm that this is KRVN on that radio is.
Drain the swamp, and to use a word that the left is coined over the last.
Indeed, summer is not over yet. Oh, this thing is huge. Just
Mark Moyer is our guest. He's the author of
these things are actually detachable right here. These speakers, left and right side.
Make sure you get this.
So they're wireless. They're actually wired in.
This is America at Night with Rich Valdez.
They have good bass though. They have really, really good bass. That's the problem with a lot of boom boxes these days. They don't have bass. These things got the bass.
Certainly, the really important things in my life are our children and our grandchildren. I'm essentially a writer. I've been involved in communication.
Turning off the flashlight as I swap over to this radio over here since it has a backlight.
For at least 40 or more years, I've been taking Prevagen on a regular basis for at least 8 years.
It is all about that bass.
The years has been that Prevagen seems to help me recall things and also think more clearly.
All about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble.
Guy who, when he talks about.
Oh man, CBW on 990 is trying to come in from Winnipeg in Canada, and CBC Radio 1 in Calgary is trying to come in too. But it's having to compete against my my station KRVN, because I'm facing the direction I'm facing right now. Let me turn on the flashlight here. The direction I'm facing this way is west. And so it's north, so I gotta face it this way, but the station local for me, KSIR, is east. That way. So they're trying to come in.
Wow, for all day.
1080 KRLD from Texas is coming in.
Tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with.
That's why I love night times, because the AM radio station's coming well, especially 1080 KRLD. You can't get that in the daytime here.
Quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying.
Let's try it on this radio. I'm gonna have this faintly up the volume so I can try and match it.
Game.
Even the graphic equalizer here real quick.
Tracy is with us in Fort Myers, Florida. Hi, Tracy. How are you?
Hi, it's a pleasure to speak to you. and then for the weekend. So yesterday I was laid off. And, well, you know, it was. However, I'm in a rare situation for my single
Well,
life.
we're way out of the band there.
Recently came into here and because I am debt-free to leave the house. So, within, like, my mom died on Christmas Day, and it's been a heck of a year. Anyway, thank you. And so
There we go.
I made my job.
We have KRLD on this thing. The interference is from my phone.
So, the irony is I sold my personal car that I hadn't driven in a year last week. And I only have 13 days to get a car.
So no notice at all on this layoff. That's just weird.
Yeah, you trying, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I'm just trying to roll with the punches, and I think...
Not as good on the 90s analog bulk. So, yeah, that's KRLD in Texas.
What was the car that you sold last week?
Help you navigate in these uncertain financial times. That's Retired Smart Radio, Saturday morning at 10 or Sunday at 9. Smart Wealth LLC is a federally registered...
Not only that, it's heavy right now. I have it running on the batteries, not on the cord. 6 D cells.
Information about Smart Wealth LLC.
This is KFAB in Omaha, Nebraska. Which is funny because I've heard them advertise Omaha steaks.
The way of life. Founded in
I'm hoping for an hour, 2 hours.
unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself.
Yeah. I think the highest amount of, like, batteries of, like, or power-hungry thing I have is my 78 CRT made by Sony. That thing takes 9 D cells. I never run it on batteries. I always run 70 CRT. CRT means cathode ray tube, which is all those big tube TVs use. They're a type of vacuum, and they shoot electrons at a screen. That's what makes them colorful. If our eyes couldn't see fast things, then black and white TVs like my 78 would not be possible, because what it is it's just let me turn on the flashlight. So let's say ignore, but let's this surrounding area right here is the CRT. So let's say we have like some image here that's starting, so it would draw a line and it would use little or no electrons in a dark area. Then all of a sudden, if it becomes light here, it'd shoot a lot of electrons in dark and stuff like that. Then it'd go back down and repeat the process line by line, and go fast, like constantly super fast. So if it weren't for our eyes, if our eyes could see things fast, the black and white CRTs would not work. And I learned that from a very long video years ago, and it's still in my mind, and I'm still amazed to this day. It's pretty cool.
Hey, no, Chris, no, I'm not even kidding, Chris. I kid you not. The last one I got a heads up that we landed, and now we're waiting for our bags. And
there we go. This is KFAB in Omaha, Nebraska on this 90s analog thing.
I had to return fire, Chris. I had to return fire. I texted back.
Which is quite a miles away.
I just ate a cheesesteak. I'm doing my show.
Lol.
I just want to see how it lives.
They're huge.
You know what? I'm going to text him right now while we're on
Like
here.
spider huge.
Hold on. Just use the restroom.
This is the Jesse Kelly show, a conservative talk show.
The Battle of Actium. How much do you know about the Battle of Actium? The food prices.
1120. This is KMOX, St. Louis, Missouri.
For school districts, in many cases, to be subsidized.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Ah. Huge.
The breakfast programs were a big deal when they started. A lot of people didn't really understand that there was need for kids to get breakfast, that they weren't going to be able to get them.
Alright, let's put the flashlight back on while we tune on over here.
A single parent or
And more than anything,
had to get to work before there was a chance to make sure the kids got out and were properly fed.
but we now
Do you want to show her the 90s bulk?
came about and the need
thing is
It's also
huge.
an after-school dinner and snack program, and it's very similar to the breakfast and the lunch programs, and that the meals are federally reimbursed. The challenge is that schools are used to
I am off school tomorrow.
4 o'clock. So to serve an after-school supper, the school and some of the staff have to stay there. Those schools that can afford to do it are seeing
Pretty good signal on the radio. Yeah, tomorrow. Not on Wednesday, though. Exactly. Gonna be up late.
Well, we got to see what some of the results of one summer with the...
I don't know. They usually do that where the school is closed. Tomorrow, it's the teachers are in class, but the students are not. So.
As a unit, but if you want to zoom in on one player in particular, to make that...
Can't remember what 1170 is.
Was by this point, I'm not going to go into it's not a Caesar story, but he was a general. He was fighting in Gaul. He had a cousin. It was a
What's good? It's my gamer Sir Boggle.
name of Mark Antony. Mark Antony was a very, very, very capable commander. How do I know that? Because
Maybe.
honestly, the dude is so amazing. He might be the best.
This is WOAI in Texas. I'm turn the flashlight on and go back to the 90 bulk here. Oh my gosh, the interference goes crazy.
Florida State's out. I think it can be.
I'm completely off track here.
General's powerful guy.
Yeah, it's big and it's heavy. 6 D cells to run this thing on battery, which I am. Which not much energy is used on the radio. It's mostly if I was using the tape decks, but they need new belts. Trying to see if I can Hey, Key Dong. How's everything going over there in Asia, correct? You're in Asia, I believe, right?
Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar.
Oh, that one's 1110 KFAB.
And I want to share about the show. But tell me about airline travel. Turnaround time enables you to wear your. We promise to be your dependable choice for the pandemic.
Trying to match on frequency here to WOAI. Take a look here if that is 1110 on my D808 here. That is 1110, okay. So if I well, I did not expect to hear Journey on AM radio for a second there.
Traffic stop. Jonathan was shot and killed by a career criminal. He was the first line of duty death for the NYPD.
I need to tilt the radio more, but that's KMOX again in St. Louis, Missouri. Just remind I am in northern Colorado, USA.
California. Take a look at some electric. It's all fun and games, and of course, big wins when you play Carnival.
Indeed, you gotta go with Journey. Oh, gonna wait here a second because AM WOAI is fading out here. And I know I'm gonna definitely have to wait because the D808 is sensitive. So while we look at the D808, I can turn the flashlight off for a bit on my phone. Wait for that carrier to come back up so that way I can modulate the audio again. I don't know how to explain that correctly. It's like shortwave, but with a longer fade. Check and see if KSL Salt Lake City's coming in. There's KSL Salt Lake City, Utah. Oh yeah, that even helps it more when they just said the state of Utah there. Bring that flashlight on. Ah! I disconnected there because I accidentally keep turning on airplane mode. There we go, we got KSL on this radio. The best part about having a graphic equalizer on the radio is that the that high-pitched sound from the carriers, I can just eliminate if I just turn down the 10 kilohertz. Okay, not entirely, but you get the point. It's so much better. Should probably even it out though, because I had it in my setting that I call high quality. It basically just ups the treble and stuff like that. Makes the AM radio station sound better. Take a look here on Welcome back, Smiley.
We're proud to do it, and do it right. NFL Podcast Network, featuring podcasts like NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal. Packing it with so much goodness.
There we go. This is WOAI on a 1990s radio.
To win your fantasy league. It's the best part of the season. Your team is undefeated.
For all you wondering, this is Sony, of course. Oh no, not CFD. CFS W470. My bad that whole time. I kept saying CFD.
No need to miss out on the news. Following us on Facebook and Twitter means you'll get the very latest in local and world events in an instant.
Yes, I receive alerts on my phone.
You gotta know what's going on locally and around the world. Real news when you want it. I want to know what's going on in my world. First thing in the morning and treat myself to News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Where I get all my news.
There we go. We got that ID right there.
Every day. The weather is a big deal to me. I can't control the weather, but at least I can prepare for it.
Turning off light moment and heading back to the D808. Seeing if any of the stations from Chicago are coming in right now. Gotta go down the dial though, but Nothing from Chicago today. That's a... No, we didn't check all the Chicago stations. Nothing. Wow. WCCO missing too. That Montana station is trying to come in. Could try this again because I had the bandwidth up there. Okay, I think WBBM is coming in at least. But WGN 720 is not coming in, nor WLS 890. Try 640 KFI in Los Angeles. Pretty weak. Great moments coming at you. Great moments bound to catch you. Great moments, CBS. Let's check the information stations up the dial here. Oh wait, there's one on 1520.
Saw literally in all 4 nights. You would believe that the Democratic Party was overwhelmingly for the.
I think this is KOKC, Oklahoma City, which used to be called KOMA, and they had a cool jingle. KOMA, Oklahoma City.
Or if representationally, if conventions are efforts to represent, to say, we are the country, vote for us, I think there was a real interesting gap in showing an America that was, this is a country, I hate to, I mean,
okay, let's take a look here on this radio.
74% white. This country is 74% white, and that convention was 74% not white. And this country is 50% women, 50% men, and the convention was overwhelmingly female. And not just Kamala, I mean, the roll call of the states of that. Alex, when did this bring, I agree 100%. I think
a minute and a half, but there's so much. Scathing article, an opinion piece about how traditional wives are basically evil and.
There we go. This is KOKC, Oklahoma City.
Including this line right here, which is just spectacular. At the same time, appalled onlookers deride them as thorns in the sides of.
Oh, that high-pitched tone there is brutal. Bring it down.
Chauvinism.
Thank you, graphic equalizer.
Proselytizers of harmful fantasies. They make us nauseous. Lunatic to a certain degree. And I just sit there and think to myself, there's your problem right there. If you were, I don't know, a trans woman celebrating, these same people would be celebrating.
Okay, now let's take a look here.
Living any
KX, KEXL, I think is what it is, from Iowa somewhere, I think. Trying to come in there.
Oh wait, what about the love of the game, right? It's becoming a business. It's been a business for you.
Is this KSTP on 1500, I think, right?
That they're getting to take part in the crazy amount of money that's generated. And I know a lot of times, this is the thing that
The issue with Trump has been a little
2:30, you can handle your football obligations or your other sport obligations. And you
I
really
think this is
don't
from
have
Minnesota, if I'm correct.
because even after football obligations, right, you got study hall, and then you're back in bed. Like it's an ongoing thing. So miss me with your money is your scholarship thing. Miss me with that because as the coach.
That graphic equalizer, I'm telling you, it's a lifesaver, especially when it comes to and you're getting interference on an analog radio, analog chip in here, 100% analog for 1990s. Oh yeah. You go back to modern radios. Take a look at the WPPZ 664 and 1610 in Loveland.
In an emergency, if we can't reach you, we can't alert you. Loveland's emergency notification system is called NoCo Alert. Subscribers provide multiple addresses, including home, school, and work, and can also set language preferences.
The ticking is from my phone interfering the radio.
There is an amazing place in Loveland where you can use 3D printers, computers, take classes, and access countless books and other resources. All this and more are available at the Loveland Public Library card. Come visit us or go to lovelandpubliclibrary.org.
You're listening to the City of Loveland 1610 AM broadcast. Via Highway 34. Be aware that intense thunderstorms in previously burned areas such as the Alexander Mountain Fire could be prone to flash floods. When headed into the mountains, be flash flood aware. Be informed on current weather conditions. Do not enter flooded areas. If you do find yourself facing a flash flood, please hire ground.
These stations aren't usually as strong because they don't need to. They used to give the ID back in the day, but now they just say you're listening to the City of Loveland 1610 AM broadcast. They recently changed the programming on it, I'd say a couple weeks ago. For a while there, it had been the same thing for, I think, a year, where they said that they were testing the flashing signs, saying that it's urgent to tune into the broadcast.
1610 AM broadcast. You are headed into the mountains via Highway 34. Be aware that intense thunderstorms in previously burned areas such as the Alexander Mountain Fire could be prone to flash floods.
That's still pretty relevant. The Alexander Mountain Fire, I think, recently, I don't know if it's extinguished, but I know it was near 100% contaminated, or not contaminated, contained, last I checked. Take care, Smiley. Yeah, I think it's... of course, those burned scars are the problem that can be flash flood. Kind of shaky sounding, but yeah, the City of Longmont recently brought theirs back on 1670 AM here, which is only 10 watts. Brought it back after a 2-year absence. In fact, I had the only recording for a while there, of course, until I recorded it again. It was on a cassette, and I transferred it, and it's on my YouTube channel now. You just have to scroll back.
Learning about the local community and its history, picking up a new sport, or even learning a new language. Longmont prides itself on being a family.
It is the same loop, though. They didn't bring it back on and change the loop or anything, unfortunately, but see if we can get it on this one, the radio, correctly. Trying to move the trying to tune very slowly to try and get it, but turn up the volume here a little bit more. I got it. It's so weak though, wow. Whoa, that was quite, oh my goodness. Pretty crazy there.
Car radio, so you can find this frequency fast. Safety is an issue. FCC rules that govern this service allow the station to broadcast any information at any time to protect the safety of life, property, and the community from human threat. Radio stations are made in the USA. No other country has a specialized radio service which government entities can use to speak directly to citizens. In the United States, thousands of information radio stations are located at airports, colleges and universities, outdoor areas, along highways, at government facilities, and in local communities. This licensed service broadcasts with a power of only 10 watts, but the daytime signal can be heard over more than 40 square miles. The broadcast can be picked up most efficiently by car radios, and certain in-home radios may be able to receive it as well. Did you know that Longmont, Colorado is home to one...
Anyway, actually no, I might stay on this one because they're about to loop it and they're about to give the identification. Of course, it doesn't have interference on during the daytime. Almost done.
Downtown Longmont, because we're crazy about Longmont, and you should be too. You're listening to 1670 AM WQQC 493 in Longmont, Colorado. This is the Longmont Department of Public Safety AM station for emergency notification and tourism information. Information radio is the way to find...
I never thought they'd come back on because I know in 2022, the year they went off a couple months after their license expired because they didn't renew it with the FCC after 10 years. Unless maybe they did renew it, I'd have to go check. WPPZ 664 on Loveland, though, on 1610 is worse. Their license expired in 2015, and they're still broadcasting. They're so overdue on license there. Though they probably don't care about the information stations much as actual broadcasts. So I'm going to do a quick band scan. Woo! Yawn there. Quick band scan on this radio. Just wave here. Nothing fancy. And that's the band scan. No, I'm joking. Trying to find a place where I'm not getting interference from the phone.
Orders pretending to be Kamala Harris voters. The comments, incidentally, when I saw this on X, the comments are hysterical. One of the commenters...
legacy that we stand upon. 45 years marking.
That way. We've been here long enough to be from here. You definitely notice it if you ask him.
But I like some of that old stuff too.
Oh, we got another Jesse Kelly show.
Wasn't all that delicate about it. And Dawn, the young lady who grew up.
Kind of life insurance. Branch planning offers life options that are flexible and can help meet your.
I'd want them to come clean, tell the whole bunch. If I'm you, I'd walk in the boss's office and I'd say, boss, thank you for this position. I am so...
That tone was harsh, so I had to bring down that 10 kilohertz and boost the other ones up to get rid of it. From interference from W something in Texas, I can't remember, on 820. Oh, WBAP, that's right. I haven't heard them in a long time because the HKLVZ here on 810 is HD, so they have the HD digital on 820.
Teacher for 6 years. I retired last year.
Oh, well, there you go. I haven't heard them in forever, and there they are.
Last year, the administration came to me and told me that I had to get a Facebook account, which I did not have one. And I told them no. And then later, I became a special agent in counterintelligence, where I've always
KOA,
just a fax
which is local for me, not DX.
Clearing my thoughts, my memory has improved, and generally just more on point.
Clever, Jen. To me. Let's take a look at some of the other action in baseball today. The Baltimore Orioles.
Visit art321.org for more info on shows, open calls, and workshops. For more info,
Spread terrible rumors about Octavian. What? I didn't know we were coming. And about each other so often. We don't know. We can just give you the generality. In 90 days of your purchase, and CBD Pure will refund your purchase price.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But they're sounding $1.12 million at her.
This is a quick band scan since I didn't rotate the antenna at all for anything. Cool data there. Let me put the telescopic antenna up here, and then I can tune shortwave. And and see what's on the bands tonight. Where I think we're gonna have BBC here probably here in a second. On 12095, if I'm correct. 9740 though we can check on Radio Romania. Which is, I guess, just non-existent right now. Okay. Can check 7275. Turkey trying to come in there. If I'm correct, I think that's Voice of America from the Vatican State transmitter sites in Europe. Which reminds me, I need to turn on this radio that I have here, put it on KUNC because I want to compare BBC being relayed via a local FM station here versus actually hearing on shortwave via Madagascar. So it's AM band here, or FM band, sorry. And I'm feeling
I worked with a group of colleagues in the last couple of years.
There we go. That should be the BBC there. BBC World Service on 91.5. Now I just wait for a carrier.
What's the answer then? Scotland has gone for an integrated model where they have the entire thing.
Oh, we got a carrier here.
And that would seem to me to be a way.
Best part about shortwave is BBC will give promos, whereas here they give promos for the station here.
Better late than never. I was thrilled when I retired to get an opportunity to go as a guest researcher.
Wow, that's 50 dB, that's pretty good.
I think I got the gap year that I missed. When teenagers go on a gap year, it's because they haven't figured out what they want to do with their lives. Well, maybe that's true for me as well. You know, I'm still trying to figure it out. Perhaps you can come back to them and tell us once you've figured
Put this on stereo, FM stereo.
Thank you very much for sharing scientific. Thank you, Jim.
Hi, I'm Elena Moore, and I cover young voters and youth politics for NPR. This election is
Yeah, they've already went to that. Now.
And this station will be here for them as a source for reliable information, both on air and online. One way you can help
Go into their own promos to the World Service promos.
Hybrids to diesels, sedans to minivans, they all help this station go the extra mile. Here's how to get started.
KUNC.org/cars, and thank you.
At bbcworldservice.com, the forum with Emma Lauren. Have you ever kept a diary? Well, you're not alone. People have been writing diaries for thousands of years, sometimes during periods of great adversity, when putting words on a page was the only way they could express their feelings. This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
KBMC 90.9 Minturndale and KMPP 7 Breckenridge.
Hello and welcome to Newsday on the BBC World Service with Catherine Bureau-Anger and Joe Inlet.
This is actually ahead and they're not. Ha! Take it, KUNC.
A 12-day Asia-Pacific tour that will take in Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, East Timor and Singapore. The 87-year-old leader of the Catholic Church will focus on environmental threats and interfaith dialogue.
In Israel, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has appealed for forgiveness for the failure of his government to secure the release of hostages held by Hamas. Protests are continuing. Families of those hostages and critics of the government.
Feels so weird to hear a delay.
It's a dictatorship run by one man show. He doesn't care about the hostages.
And President Putin visits Mongolia with an arrest warrant from the ICC hanging over his head. That's all after the latest world news.
Hello, I'm David Harper with the BBC News. Pope Francis is expected shortly in Jakarta at the start of an ambitious trip to Asia that will see him visit Indonesia, Papua New Guinea.
So BBC World Service from Madagascar. And we got the BBC World Service here on KUNC.
Due to health problems, but this 12-day trip will be the longest of his papacy so far. Our religion editor Alim Makbul reports.
It's been nearly a year since Pope Francis last travelled abroad. While he's likely to spend much of this trip in a wheelchair, it's a visit the Vatican says is particularly important to him. His papacy's been marked by a recognition that while the number of Catholics declines in Europe, there is.
Though I prefer the shortwave version.
Catholic-majority country, Indonesia, is due to visit a mosque and its neighbouring Catholic church to focus on
Turn off the flashlight here.
The BBC investigation has found that the number of illegal Israeli settler outposts in the occupied West Bank has risen rapidly from 29th of last year, more than in any previous year. Documents seen by the BBC also show how sanctioned settlers have been supported by an organisation which closed ties and funding for the Israeli state.
Basically, the only time I can listen to the World Service on the BBC is at this time of night, because of their cuts that they did earlier.
He's performing, but forbids the building of any structures. Documents obtained by an Israeli engineer and analysed by the BBC show how the WZO repeatedly allocated land to settlers who then constructed illegal outposts on it.
Okay, let's go all the way down at the beginning of the band, and we can tune the 25-meter band, which is probably going to be extremely quiet. Crickets are going crazy right now. Radio France International, I think. Sounds like it. Radio Romania International.
Pentru a se menține puterea de cumpărare a acestei categorii și pentru a nu vulnerabiliza și mai mult.
Majorăm pragurile veniturilor obținute de aceștia.
With a good signal. Gonna turn off the backlight now and alter to the flashlight. Just trying to alter between the two. Oh, well, the is gonna stay on then. What is 11825? There's actually things on the 25-meter band. That's pretty good.
And that's the latest BBC.
Thanks for that, David. And that's the news with Catherine and Joe. Coming up in the program, Pope Francis is due to touch down in Jakarta ahead of an expensive 12-day tour.
I think I might tune the 31, 22, and meter bands, and then I might call it quits, and then I'll probably do another live stream here in a couple hours because I want to tune around. Let me, okay, there we go. I was putting the telescopic antenna down on this other radio here. Something there. Radio Voz Missionaria still trying to come in for the night. Radio Romania, question mark? WRMI, Okeechobee, Florida. Oh, bummer, RWM Moscow's running their ID right now. That's WWVH IDing. And that's WWV Fort Collins identifying. Change of plans, I'm just going to tune the 22 meter band and then I'm going to call it quits for the night. Not for the night, but I'll be back in a few hours, especially because I want to catch Radio Mali outside. I've only caught them inside and I want to see what it's like without the noise. Do not know what this station is. Alright. So, hey everyone, thank you for joining me on this live stream. Hopefully, I'll be able to see you in a few hours, and take care, everyone. Bye!